So just as appraisals are required for houses, our LLMs, models, and agents also need to be properly evaluated to ensure that we have the appropriate accountability over the outcomes. After all, we don't want these decisions being built on a shaky foundation. So you may have remembered that pricing these units can be a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to go ahead and have a little ad hoc conversational chat with our agent before I wrap this into a web app for production. So we'll just head in to Prompt Studios here. I've got this pricing chat. And I've got this unit of Chads at 310 East 12th Street. Cassie, Chad, what do you think about the results of this?
That's way too high. I know the specs. Come on.
No, that's way too low. In my experience as a landlord, I would price it way higher than that. How did it even come to that determination?
Well, thanks to the Traces Explorer, I can actually understand how the agent is making decisions. I can clearly and visually take a look under the hood and see how we arrived at this outcome. This ain't no black box, all right? This agent actually has the transparency of a Soho loft with floor-to-ceiling windows. All right, so in the Traces Explorer, you can see all of the nodes that were a part of creating this call to our agent. I can go ahead and search this trace node for our prediction, and here I can scroll down. Maybe, oh yeah, Pat had that. Okay, great. And we can see that prediction price right here. I can also understand the features that were a part of this inference. So things that Chad told us were really important, such as the number of bathrooms listed at 2 and the number of bedrooms also listed at 2.
Oh, wait. I see. As a landlord, I would actually make that 3 because there's a very small office within that apartment that I think could be a bedroom.
Hey, Chad, are you sure there's not a closet, maybe a cupboard you want to add in there as another bedroom? No, don't take that. Don't take that.
All right. Let's take a look and see if changing the number of bedrooms really has an impact on the rental price of this property. I can do this by going out to our predictive model here, and we can take a look at a what-if analysis. So here I can start altering some of those features and take a look at how that impacts our prediction price. So I can take a look at the number of bedrooms here. Let's just bump that up to 3 bedrooms, and that price, oh my gosh, it's the size of my Midwest mortgage. Pat, how are we going to make sure that Cassie and our other applicants are still eligible for this apartment?
Well, you mentioned there's a way to expedite the process of reviewing all these documents, all this unstructured data, but how can you make sure that it's governed and accurate?
Yeah, so I think this is actually a really good time to introduce our LLM evaluations. So we can go back out to our flow and head up here. So Cassie had already walked you through our applicant documents. We walked through the prompt. And the output here has some of those emails. We are listing our missing documents and the salaries of our applicants. We've generated an email, and I want to make sure that those look good. So I'm going to hop into this evaluation recipe where I can connect to the different columns and data sets of my choice. You don't have to have something like a ground truth coming into the evaluation model, but I think Pat does such a stellar job with our listings that I'm going to go ahead and pull in some examples that he's had for past accounts for the analyses that he's done. So in the metrics section, I can select what I want to actually track over time. And then thanks to the LLM mesh, I can choose from a dropdown which LLM I would like to use as a judge. So in this case, for the completion model, I'm actually going to select Claude. All right, so we can go ahead and run this evaluation. And in those results, we can start seeing these trends. And the good news is that we've actually been iterating over this prompt over time, so these scores are trending in an upward direction, which is looking really good for me. I'm feeling like we're brokering no miscommunication in our emails that we're sending. So we've got our emails, we've got the incomes that are coming out of that. I feel confident in what we're sending to our applicants. So I think we've really zhuzhed the joint. We fluffed the pillows. This agent's AI approved. All that's left is to sign the lease with Chad here in a couple minutes. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.